Well, how's it going, motherfucker? So I received a request to do a video on college, and is college a waste of time? I think in a lot of instances it really is. So, I've said I went to college, I got myself an associate's degree, and then I'm pretty much told, well, the associate's degree isn't that valuable. You got to go higher than that. And at that point, I was pretty much like, fuck this fucking bullshit. And I've realized that college is a fucking business out to get your money. Just like the pharmaceutical industry, just like the medical industry, everything is a business. It's disguised as an institution that wants to help and better you, but just like almost everything, it truly is not. You see, the thing is with college is they try to tell you that if you go to college, you're gonna get a good job, you're gonna get a good education, and chances are you're probably gonna get neither. And why is that? Why is it so important to go to college? And why is it that when you do go to college, it doesn't really turn out the way how you thought it was going to? For a lot of people, it might, and these are probably people who are lucky. But I think that really it's just pretty much a waste of time. I think really you're probably better off going to a trade school. I think you're better off learning a trade. I think you're probably better off going to Lincoln Tech, or I think you're better off going to just about any other trade school, really, and learning something. I think probably from looking at online job applications, technology is where it's at, obviously. If you can get a degree maybe in engineering, I think you're a shoe in for a great job. I look, a lot of the openings for jobs right now are for fucking engineers. And yes, you could go to, a community college like I did, and you could easily get an engineer. But I was noticing nobody are taking those programs. Nobody are taking the fucking engineering programs where all the job openings are. Everybody else is, stupid like me, taking liberal arts, not really going for anything. They're taking business, and they're going to really end up not really doing anything in business, really, because the thing is, they're not really being taught the skills. They're taught very cookie cutter things. The thing is, like, I never got this, people taking their MBA and shit. They everybody, for some reason, who ends up getting one of those or gets in the business, doesn't even know how to start their own business, or they're incapable of starting their own business. See, to start your own business, you're obviously going to need some money, and then you also have to have an idea. Many people don't have these. They don't have ideas. They don't know where to go. And trust me, if you think I'm fucking full of shit, just go out there and take a look. There's so many unemployed people. There's people with college degrees. They're working in McDonald's. They're working in, retail stores. They're not utilizing their degrees. Trust me. I have worked with people that have pretty high degrees, that have master's degrees, and they were working in fucking back rooms, for fuck's sakes. And you might be asking yourself, why is this? What is this phenomenon of people going to school? These highly educated people, they're going to school, they feel elitist, they're learning all these things, and then they get out of school, and they're this is the funny thing, is like, this is the idea that they sell you. You're going to go to high school, you're going to score higher in your SATs, you're going to go to college, and then once you get out of college, you are fucking going to get this amazing job. You're just going to be handed this job out of fucking nowhere, and it just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. There hasn't been a growth of jobs in a long time. All the jobs that we once did have been shipped overseas. We might be seeing a change in that thanks to Donald Trump getting elected, but I'm not going to get into that right now because you guys didn't come to this video. You didn't request this video to hear about that. I'm going to talk primarily more just about college itself and how it's kind of useless. So there's no jobs out there. One of the saddest things that I learned is actually one of my supervisors. one of my past jobs, was telling me how his sister actually passed the bar exam, and every single application she put into to work at a law firm got turned down. You might be asking yourselves, you know, how could this be? Once you pass the bar, you're a lawyer. Perhaps the fact is that there's too many fucking lawyers. There's not a need for any more lawyers. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. It's fucking oversaturated. The fucking market for lawyers, it couldn't be any more busting at the seams. I mean, you turn on the TV and there's fucking lawyers advertising themselves. For fuck's sakes, lawyers are fucking everywhere. You can't escape lawyers. Lawyers are every which way you look. You're not going to be able to get away from lawyers. There's too many of them. So what I'm saying is, you get into law school because you know that being a lawyer pays the big bucks. I mean, lawyers, they charge like over $100, a couple of $100 an hour. If you're a lawyer, you're gonna be making some big money, whether you're a good one or not. Lawyers, if you could just get a couple of clients, you're gonna get some fucking dough. It's guaranteed money. The only thing is, in order to really, open up your own law firm, you're gonna have to work for somebody else first, and they might not hire you because, well, there's a lot of other lawyers. And lawyers is, the thing is, it's not really like hard for them to really lose their job. They can practice really law their own way. They have to abide by a certain, certain rules, but lawyers kind of work on their own time in a way. That's why lawyers are not going anywhere. Once you're a lawyer, that's it. But becoming one, so I'm just saying, it's just a little bit fucking strange that you would just spend your whole, basically a large portion of your young adulthood in law school, get out, expect to be a lawyer, and you're not going to be one. So you can imagine how my supervisor's sister felt. She wasted all that money going to fucking law school and nothing. I don't. I believe she went to St. John's or something. I forget what it was exactly. It was a long time ago when I was told this story. I don't really recall it. But at that moment, I was like, wow, what a waste of fucking time. Imagine how she could have been, supplying her efforts in other ways and probably could have gotten another job. Maybe the job wouldn't have been as good, but I'm sure, if she had the mental capacity to go through law school, she probably could have done something else with her time. I mean, can you imagine with the amount of money? It doesn't matter what law school it is, the amount of money that you put into it, that could have been money spent on so many other things when you really think about it. You could have invested that money in the fucking stock market. And this was something that I heard time and time again when I was in school as well. People were saying, wow, that was even though it wasn't a large amount of money going to a community college, it's still money. Money is money. A couple of $1,000 is a couple of $1,000, and a couple of $1,000 could actually, buy you some decent shit. You could really think about that for a moment. How many other things could you really do with thousands of dollars? You could do quite a bit. You can't get a lot, but you could do certain things and you could use it to better yourself. So I was told, like, well, you're better off taking that money and investing in the fucking stock market. You could double your money, triple your money. You could fucking go places. This was before the economic crash in 2008, and I kind of really thought to myself, yeah, or I could have really spent that time working when the market was better prior to 2008. I could have actually done something more with my time. I only had a summer job up until that point. I could have really been working. And no, I did actually have a job opportunity that would have been more well paying than what I'm doing now. And I could have been better along as far as, work wise if I didn't go to college. So college fucking ruined me. And you might be asking, so, well, it still looks good on your resume. And the thing is, there's not really a lot of opportunities. There's so much competition. that really I was better off taking that opportunity. Now, it might have not been the best opportunity, anymore, but at that point in time, it is. So that I'm faced with regret, faced with what ifs, and you can't really do that in life. You can't really look back and say, what if? It's very unhealthy. No one should go through life with that much grief and regret. It's definitely not healthy for you. But the thing is, you see why you're concentrating your efforts on something it's kind of like a crapshoot. It really is. You get into college, and plus also in college you got to take a lot of classes. They're making you well rounded, and really the thing is, first of all, they're teaching people a very very uh, different viewpoint, a very very fucking different viewpoint than what is in tune with reality. Uh, these colleges have got even worse. They're super fucking slanted. As I told you, this is when I got exposed to a lot of different things in politics by going to college. I was shown An Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore. Believe it or not, and I'll even tell you this, I was even shown a 9/11 conspiracy video to get us thinking, and that was really something that really actually spoke to me. Now, it was actually, believe it or not, this was actually a more liberal take on 9/11. It was called 9/11 The Truth or something like that. I forget what it was. And the only thing is, they showed the fucking, what are they called? The Jersey Girls. And those fucking girls are not trustworthy at all. But I got exposed to a lot of things in college, and I kind of sorted things out for myself and found out what's, true and not. Very interesting, though. I'll never really forget that, how we were actually shown a 9/11 conspiracy video right there, but it wasn't exactly a good 9/11 conspiracy video like Loose Change or anything like that. But there were some facts in the video, and it was shocking. And I'll guarantee you, even though you know, I didn't like some of the things that it was kind of trying to convey. Uh, it was still you wouldn't see this anymore. Okay, we were shown this in 2006. This was before Obama. This was before everything. This is when there was dissension with President Bush. So very very interesting. So there were some good things, but the thing is, it's like you don't really learn things that you need in reality. People still don't know how to fucking balance a checkbook. They still don't know how to invest their money. This is what I'm saying. Even when they take classes to get an MBA, they still don't know how to invest their money. They still don't know how to balance a checkbook. They still don't teach them common sense. This is why they don't know what to do, because they still don't know how to handle their own lives. This is why people got along so much better back in the day, because they didn't go to college. They had to rely more on common sense and not shit that they learned from a fucking professor. And the thing is, professors have too much free reign, is what it is. They're allowed to teach anything from their own perspective. And the thing is, they go off topic so much. It's almost fucking ridiculous. Guys, if you've ever been to college, you know that just how fucking crazy it is. I had a health professor who spent more time talking about his own personal experiences and stories, and not even talking about the topics out of the book. Now, I'm not saying what's written in the book was right or wrong or anything, but I'll say that, well, it's just fucking incredible, fucking crazy, and just how much free reign these professors have. These professors are almost so far gone, it's almost unbelievable. I mean, they spend so much time bullshitting in these classes, talking about shit that's completely irrelevant and doesn't even matter. I mean, I had one health professor actually tell us one time, tell the fucking class that a dentist had actually put a water filter on his faucet, and and then he told his he told this guy, The health professor told the dentist that take the water filter off because he just had a newborn baby, and that he should take it off because the babies need fluoride. Then he said he went running back into the house. Yeah, he's going to be telling a dentist. Okay, here's the thing about that doesn't make sense. And trust me, I got that word for word. Okay, he said that it was a dentist, and then he put a water filter on his faucet, and he told the dentist to take the water filter off because the baby needed fluoride. And being a dentist, he should know this, right? The thing is, do you know about fluoride is in toothpaste, right? Okay. And they also put fluoride on your teeth. You know that really disgusting shit that they put on your teeth to clean it off? You know, and you gotta like kind of bite down on it, like you kind of want to fucking gag because it's so fucking nasty. Well, what does it also say on the toothpaste? That you should contact poison control if you swallow your fluoride toothpaste, right? So the thing is, I don't think, especially a newborn baby, which system is fucking, sensitive as all hell. Yeah, I'd say keep the fucking water filter on there. He's actually saying that unfiltered water was bad for you. Let me tell you something, guys. I don't fucking drink water unless it goes through a filter. No, I don't have one of those fancy filters. I at least we use a Brita filter because the thing is, you know, this water is dirty. And I was arguing with people about this at work, saying that the water is clean. They drink right from the tap. I was like, okay, it's your funeral. I says, you want to take in all those metals and shit? I said, be my fucking guest. But here you go, guys. I mean, he's teaching an outright lie. They already know about the levels of metals in the water, and he spent all this time in the class telling all these personal stories that are false, and he's teaching health. I mean, this is I'm gonna say, like, we're paying for these classes, paying for them, and this is the shit that they're fucking teaching. It's not even reality. It's not in tune with reality. It's not the fucking truth. It's not the goddamn fucking truth. And they're sitting there and they're talking about this shit like it is. It's not the fucking truth, and it never has been the truth, and it never will be the fucking truth. It's at these moments where I'm just saying to myself, why? Why is college, held to such a strong level? I think people are kind of seeing through the cracks in the argument in a way of why it's so important. They see that there's still a lot of people, a lot of college students that when they get out of college with degrees that they're still unemployed. So the thing is, it's like you really look at it and you're like, okay, so why even go then? If it's going to be like a 35% chance that you go to college for what you intended to go there for, what you expected to get out of college, if it's a fucking crapshoot, why bother? Don't they tell you gambling is bad? So why fucking gamble? Spend all that fucking money. I mean, people go to these Ivy League schools. They go there, they're fucking, jerking around, fucking partying and shit. They're not even fucking studying. And the thing is, oh, yes, they are. They wouldn't be paying that amount of money. They were. No, they're not. Okay? That's the thing. Certain people study, and even if you do study and you work really hard, that still doesn't mean anything. It's still, first of all, what it really means is basically you get, you get pretty much, when you get jobs when you know people. It's about who you know. Let's just really face it. It doesn't really matter what it's all about. It's really about who you know. You got to get help from people. Nobody who made it big really made it on their own. They had connections. They knew people. There's no fucking magic wands and shit. It's all about knowing people, making connections, networking. It's, you got to know people. They got to get you into the business, get you started. You got to learn. You got to learn from people. You can't learn from professors. You can't learn from teachers. You're not going to learn anything from those fucking assholes. You have to learn from life, learn from reality, learn from friends and family, learn from people in these actual. But see, the thing is, you realize that these professors, if they were truly successful, they wouldn't be teaching it, they would be doing it. That's the fucking thing, what I really noticed. like my health professor. He wouldn't be teaching, he would be an active nutritionist, maybe, maybe working for the government or something like that. If he was truly successful, like these English professors, journalism professors, they'd actually be full on journalists. They would be on Fox News being pundits. They wouldn't be in the fucking classroom teaching it if they were that successful. So why are we taking advice from people teaching it and not living it? That's what I wanted to really fucking know, and I don't never really quite understood. Okay, well, I'm taking my advice from you, but you're not really qualified to have this job, but you're qualified enough to teach it. The fuck is that shit? Just food for thought. Anyway, guys, thinking about doing a part 2 to this one. Until next time.